All right, this last part of section 9.2 is we're going to talk about the power of a test. Now, researchers often perform significant tests in hopes of finding convincing evidence for the alternative hypothesis. So they're always looking for that. So researchers would make a type 2 error if they fail to find convincing evidence for the alternative hypothesis based on the sample data. Now, how likely is a significant test to avoid a type 2 error? We refer to this probability as the power of the test. Now, the power of a test is the probability that the test will find convincing evidence for the alternative hypothesis when the specific alternative value of the parameter is true. All right, so let's go back to our battery problem. I remember those deluxe batteries, the null hypothesis was that the population mean, the mean was 30, and we're trying to say that the alternative was greater than 30 at a 5.05 significance level. And the power, okay, so the company would like to be convinced that they really do last longer. So the power of the test to detect that the true mean is 31 hours is 0.762. So let's interpret that value. What does that mean? Okay, it means if the true mean lifetime of the company's deluxe AAA batteries is 31 hours, there is a 76.2% probability that the company will find convincing evidence for the alternative hypothesis. Okay, so that's what that power is talking about. So in the previous example, we want to find the probability to reject the null hypothesis that the mean is equal to 31. And we said that that was 0.762. Now, what's the probability that the company makes a type 2 error? Well, basically, you're going to take the probability to fail to reject the null hypothesis. So that's going to be 1 minus that of 0.238. Okay, so again, power and type 2 error. The power of a test to detect a specific alternative parameter value is related to the probability of a type 2 error for that alternative. So in other words, the power is 1 minus the probability of that type 2 error, and the probability of that type 2 error is equal to 1 minus the power. Now, what can researchers do to decrease the probability of making a type 2 error and increase the power of the test? Well, increasing the power of a significance test, the power of that significance test to determine an alternative value of the parameter when the null hypothesis is false and the alternative hypothesis is true, based on a random sample of size n and significance level a, will be larger when sample size is larger. Okay, all right. We also get the significance level is larger, and the null and alternative parameter values are further apart. All right. So that's how we can increase the power, is by, again, making the sample size larger, making the significance level larger, and the null and alternative parameters, make them further apart is what we would do. Okay, so let's talk about that power of a test. Now, researchers in the Alzheimer's experiment want to test the drug's manufacturer claim that fewer than 10% of the patients who take its new drug will experience nausea. That is, they want to carry out a test that the null hypothesis is that the true proportion is 0.10. We're going to take the alternative, and that's kind of what a lot of times what you try to do is you try to prove that it's less than 0.10. Okay. All right. So we earlier mentioned that the power of the test to detect P is 0.08. Now, using a random sample of 300 patients and a significance level of 0.05, we're going to say that power is 0.29. Determine whether each of the following changes would increase or decrease the power of the test. All right, so now if we went from a 0.01 significance level, if we went to 0.01 instead of 0.05, would that increase or decrease the power? Well, it's going to decrease. Okay, whenever if we want to increase the power, we want to go to a higher level of significance. That would be a lower one. So using a smaller significance level makes it harder to reject the null hypothesis. All right, what if the true proportion is 0.06 instead of 0.08? Well, that's an increase. It's easier to detect a bigger difference between the null and alternative parameter value when that probability is changed. All right, and then, of course, what would happen if we chose a smaller sample size, 200 instead of 300? Well, that would decrease the power. As we talked about, smaller sample size gives less information about that true proportion. All right, so there we go. So again, learning targets that we should have, we should be able to use our three conditions: random, 10%, large counts. Performing a significance test, we should be able to use the standardized test statistic and the p-value using our z-tables, perform a significant test about a population, and then of course talk about the power of a significance test and describe what affect those powers that we have. All right, so that wraps up section 9.2, and until next time, I'm Mr. Boone.